Well, one of the things that you glean from it is that one relying on polling is going to be a little bit more measured going forward. We I think we have to have a better handle on our polling. The data. Who we're talking to at a given point in time, because timing is always everything. I think there needs to perhaps be a more of an emphasis on using focus groups. Because I think you drill down to more kitchen table type concerns and issues, and therein lies how we perhaps have to recalibrate going forward. Um, One of the things that I did notice is that there's no one size fits all for New Jersey. As New Jersey is one state. However, it's regionalized: south, central, and north. And each county has its own unique structure, has its own unique electorate. And as we go forward to kind of go through this exercise of recalibrating our democratic messaging and our democratic strategies, they're going to have to be specific to regions and particularly counties.
So you feel perhaps that the incumbent and his allies nursed a little bit too much complacency based on the polling that people looked at. They saw a wide lead for the governor, and who wouldn't conclude that, well, we just need to really not take any big chances and get through the finish line here. And that was kind of how the campaign strategy developed
Yeah, I
based on
mean,
that polling.
we were all surprised at the margin. I mean, independent polls. Patrick Murray was at 11, I believe, at one point. Monmouth at 8. Our internals had double digits. So there was something different about the polling data. I think the R's perhaps were a little bit closer. I think they perhaps um, pinpointed on anger, as opposed to specific issues, and and I think we can get a lot better, with drilling down, in a more focus group approach, and and getting to the heart and soul of people, by sitting down with them at the kitchen tables. Governor talks about it quite a lot, and in as much as it's some form of analogy, but it is very real. You got to talk to real people. COVID played a significant part in this election, because people were angry, and that anger was perhaps not measured as closely as it should have been. Closing of establishments, based on science, and it had to be because we were protecting people. It was a public health issue. The whole Washington, conundrum, where it was, they just can't seem to get their act together. People are angry about that. They were so told that Build Back Better was going to build America back better, make their lives better. That was caught up in wrangling between our side and their side, and ultimately it happens a little bit after the election, but maybe not soon enough. So those are the things that I think we got to begin to look at, recalibrate, and remessage a little bit.
To your point about how the election impacted regions differently in this state,
Hmm.
one could make the case that this worked out well for this incumbent governor because he lost a major rival in Trenton.
Hmm.
Senate President Steve Sweeney went down in South Jersey. The net effect for Murphy is perhaps an even more savory win. I've
Hmm.
heard that case made. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, you can look at it that way. I look at it as one, unfortunate, because Senator Sweeney was was a strong voice. A lot of there was folks that didn't agree with him, on certain issues. Um, but you can also look at it, for, an incumbent governor, was always on his game because, Steve Sweeney challenged him, to the point where he had to be or had to have that A game. So, so there's upsides, there's downsides to it, but, I think, going forward, it's a loss to, the Democratic Party. We kind of, in the third district, we kind of got caught flat-footed. Senator Sweeney said to me when he checked his internals, he was up 17 to 19 points. Same thing, polling again, and so there's something that kind of signals to all of us statewide that we got to get our game recalibrated to the point where our intelligence is dead on.
You mentioned the governor having to employ his A game with Sweeney around. It almost seemed as though the two of them together occupied lanes, pragmatic perhaps, for lack of a better term, with Sweeney, and progressive with the governor. With Sweeney gone, do you think the governor will require someone else to recalibrate him? Or do you think that the election shows that a progressive governor, again, he made history as the first governor winning re-election since 1977,
Yeah.
should in fact forge ahead with a progressive agenda?
Yeah, I mean, he's, Governor Murphy is, just, he's convinced, that, his agenda, is one that, embraced, the will of the people here in New Jersey. When you talk about social justice reform, when you talk about gun reform, when you talk about, wage equality, $15, minimum wage, all those things, help people. That's progressive. And, that is, an agenda that, we're going to, still continue to build out, the middle class and, build up, everybody up through the middle class. So, we got to kind of keep, moving forward with that agenda. But, it gets back to, how we do it, how we message, how we implement. And, it walks us right back to the kitchen table.
Invoking Sweeney, it reminds me of the Legislative Apportionment Commission, and you're the chair of the commission for the Democrats. Looking at this election that just happened, do you see the tension between North and South Jersey on the commission? Certainly, I would imagine that Steve Sweeney wants to prioritize gaining the seats back lost in the South. Do you see North Jersey Democrats having an opportunity to gain new territory up north? And how do you feel that dialogue goes throughout this process?
Yeah, I mean, look, everybody is, that's on the commission, is, probably going to have, some parochial, consideration. I mean, that's just natural. I think, as we, move forward and look at, how population trends, trending, is, heavily up north. That inures benefit to, northern explosion of legislative districts. And, I think that, bodes well for, reclaiming seats in a region that, is now, bolstering, hopefully a Democratic, presence and, Democratic prowess. In terms of, the lay of the land in the South, yeah, we want to try to make sure that, we create a map that is a fair map, it's fundamentally fair. It touches on all the constitutional, requirements that, we legally have to, pay attention to. And if if we're able to win back seats there, then that's great. I'm looking to win as many seats as we can. I'm looking to, hopefully come up with a map that, gives, Democrats the opportunity to be represented up and down the state.
Mr. Chairman, when I look at those two bodies, the two apportionment commissions, legislative reapportionment and congressional, I see players that overlap to some degree. Are the aims of the two connected, or are they independent entities working to create maps in their respective spheres? Does one process influence the other at all?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be processes that that influence each other. The main goal of both commissions is from a partisan standpoint is to put their best foot forward to win a map and be able to convince the independent members that their their mousetrap is the best mousetrap for the state of New Jersey and the people of New Jersey. So as we roll forward, there will be some similarities in approach, in concept, in strategy, because it's all looking to make sure that for the next 10 years, we have representation that best represents the electorate of New Jersey.
Is an incumbent Democratic congressperson uh, casualty inevitable in 2022? Do you
I
think,
know we
based on
have
the
to,
map?
we have to see, Matt. I, you know, I'm not on the congressional, committee. I'd like to, I mean, the focus is, Malinowski. I mean,
Of course.
clearly, there's no secrets. I don't mind saying that. We're going to try to, make sure that, our 10-2, Democratic majority, in terms of the delegation is secured. And, we're going to do all we can to see that happen.
Is Malinowski salvageable in your view? Or is there perhaps a better opportunity to pick off someone like a Van Drew who left the party?
I would love to see that scenario play out. I think in any, Democratic chair would, particularly a state chair, given, the turncoat, you know, uh, situation that Van Drew put himself in. I mean, he squeaked by Amy Kennedy, last time. I'd like another shot at him. Hopefully that map will, give us that opportunity.
What do you think about Steve Sweeney as a potential candidate to go against Van Drew?
That I would love to see. I would love that. I mean, that would be, that would be up to Steve, but I would pay to see that, that event.
Mr. Chairman, when you talked about the infrastructure and Build Back Better bills perhaps coming through too late to impact in a
Yeah.
positive way Democrats in 2021, what do you think is the best case to be made by your party and the incumbents in your party in 2022 regarding these g- historic pieces of legislation now signed
Yeah.
into law?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have to, craft messaging that, talks to how that bill benefits, our state going forward as it does, and will the nation. There's so many, aspects to it that improve the quality of life of people, improve the infrastructure of, communities and infrastructures, of older communities that are crumbling now. I live in an urban, city where you have infrastructures, sewer infrastructures, water infrastructures. Newark just came through a big change with respect to lead piping. That's something that is going to be a nationwide substantive change going forward. So I am encouraged about that, and I believe when we talk to people about how this changes their lives, how it changes the future, how it has generational impact in terms of a younger generation coming along, not having to deal with some of the issues that our current generation have dealt with for years on end. I think that's a plus, and I think we got to sell that, for what it really is, and why it benefits democratic continued representation going forward.
Sir, there's also a slew of local races next year. Certainly, topping the list is the Newark mayor's race. Do you see the state party getting involved there at all, or in any of the ward races?
Well, look, I'm a supporter of Raz Baraka. I think he has for 2 terms that he's been there. He's done a phenomenal job as mayor. He's an amazing person. I will be supporting him as I have in past elections, and as he rolls out his agenda across the city of Newark. I hope to be there in lockstep with him. As far as the ward council races, those are local issues, and those will probably be dealt with on a case by case basis. Good friend, Aníbal Ramos, is somebody that LeRoy Jones will be personally supporting, along with Louis Quintana if he runs. I like LaMonica McIver, and I hope I'm not missing. I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but
West
uh,
Ward is an open seat,
West Ward is an
presumably.
open seat. I don't know, all the players there. So it's a little premature for me to, to get into that. South Ward, has been represented well, by John James. Mentioned Monica. East Ward.
Amador is retiring in the east.
Yeah, so that's always interesting down there in the East Ward. So we'll see how that plays out. But the rest of the folks, are individuals that I think have done excellent jobs, and certainly deserve the right to to go before the electorate and be reelected.
Mr. Chairman, this deal for the Senate President came through in the
Hmm.
last couple of weeks, and it's hard not to look at it and not see perhaps a chance for Essex to fill a missing piece down the road,
Hmm.
namely, as as the state looks at the next governor. And I know it's very early, but do you see some viable candidates in Essex as you look at the next gubernatorial race 4 years hence?
Of course I do. Our own Lieutenant Governor, Sheila Oliver, a policy genius, and someone who understands state government, federal government, county government, local government, school board government. She is a strong contender. You mentioned Mikey Sherrill and Raz Baraka. I'd throw Teresa Ruiz in there. Essex County has a very strong bench, and I'm excited about the prospects of any one of those individuals. So we'll see how time kind of casts its net on the possibility of any one of them emerging as a candidate in 2025.
We were talking a few moments ago about your own uh, process as a leader and holding this chairmanship of your hometown of East
Hmm.
Orange, moving on and becoming the Essex County Democratic Chairman and now the Democratic State Party Chairman. Could you talk a little bit about your understanding of each one of these
Hmm.
unique roles,
Hmm.
how they might interact, because you hold power at each level now
Hmm.
simultaneously?
Yeah.
And might there be an occasion for you to be more involved in national politics?
Yeah. Well, look, the funny thing is, I never asked for any of those opportunities. They kind of found me. And with East Orange, it's been 20 years, since me just taking the oath of office to become the East Orange Municipal Chair. That's my home. That's my base. Those are all my friends. That are there, and I'm quite proud of each and every one of them. That's the cornerstone. That's the rock. Essex County is an expansion of that. And just working with people like Joe DiVincenzo and Ted Green in East Orange, and a host of municipal chairs and legislative leaders, and having a partner as vice chair like Teresa Ruiz, is just an extraordinary opportunity for relationships. We've done that for, I guess, going on 10 years now, and or close to it. So it's been quite an opportunity, and there's been successes with that. The state chair, that, that came as a little bit of a surprise. Somebody asked me one day, would I like to be state chair? I said, yeah. So why not? I mean, who wouldn't want to be? And we went through a year-long discussion about it, and John Curry and I, as gentlemen, worked that out. He's somebody that's always been a mentor of mine, still is to the day. I consult him, on matters of state politics, as we evolve from one election to the next. So so I'm looking to grow into a comfort level with the state chairmanship. National politics. Look, sometimes it finds you. I don't know if it'll find me. I enjoy or will enjoy a role with the Democratic National Committee as New Jersey State Chair, along with other members of the DNC. So I'm just patiently waiting, and my steps have been ordered, Max. I believe that in my in my heart of hearts. God has ordered my steps, so I try to walk in faith and not in fear. So as my steps are ordered, I will walk in faith.
What is Essex County's particular story to tell the rest of the state? Now, as chair of the party, you're obviously very connected to your home county.
Hmm.
And when you look at that county and you look at government at work and the political structures here, what do you hope to impart to New Jersey?
Well, I think the last election, made it pretty clear that you don't win a statewide election without Essex County. An 87 thousand vote plurality for Phil Murphy and Sheila Oliver. Delivering for Joe Biden, delivering for Bob Menendez, delivering for Cory Booker. We have become that Democratic bastion, that Democratic stronghold that clearly says, if you're running for a statewide election, uh, you know, you have to come through Essex County. And that's not a threat to anybody or anything. It's just a reality. And we're a very proud county. With individuals who are very proud elected leaders. We do. We turn out a huge vote, and we do it proudly for the folks that we all support. So I think that message is clear to anyone. It's not being it's not bragging. It's not boasting. It's just fact.
You touched on the spiritual preparation for the job a moment
Hmm.
ago. We live in times that are so secularized and so mean spirited, and
Hmm.
unless someone is punching someone else or hitting out at someone, we are inclined to take a, a stock of someone who operates from a place of peace or grace as a sign of weakness, perhaps. How would you like to try to get people to a more civilized place through perhaps a deeper understanding of grace?
Well, I think you have to show them grace, and you have to. You don't have to. You don't win by hitting someone with a mallet or just shaking them up. You have to show style. You have to show grace. You have to show civility. When you do that, yeah, people probably sit back and say, is that weakness? But when you see the results of that, and I've always tried to, put that face forward, that best foot of civility forward, and sometimes people misread that, for what you just said, weakness. But look, I'm still around, and we've developed a respectable record of victories, a respectable alliance when we decide to support someone, and we do it in the name of of peace, dedication to cause, and and civility and professionalism. And yeah, I'm driven by a higher order, and not everybody clings to that higher order. I recognize divine wisdom. I hold true to faith, and and I walk in purpose and principle. And when folks can come close to that, then we have a lot to talk about. Those that don't want to buy into that, well, they'll figure it out.
Anything you want to add to what we've discussed today?
No, I think I'm good, man.
Thank you, sir.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome. Thank you.